If you would like to check out all of my sounds, samples, and presets, all links are in the bio. Alright, welcome back to another video. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So a lot of the previous ones have been deep house, a little bit of future bounce, future house last week as well. This one's more of like that 2013 Calvin Harris type vibe with like the uplifting melodies, the bright leads, stuff like that. So I wanted to try something a little bit different, and for this I made most of the song off camera, so I really go over like the final touches here, the final touches on the mixing, the production, and things like that, while also breaking it down at the same time, so you guys can get a look inside of the project as well. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so most of the work here is done. There's a lot done so far. A couple things I want to get done is I think the lead could be a bit brighter overall. Yeah, so I'll do a little bit of mixing on that, and then I think I might chop this up to go along with the actual lead melody. And it works as a nice fill for right now. And I wanted to add a little... This one goes along with the lead melody more. It gives me almost like an Avicii type of vibe. So I want to put some kind of pad down. Too thick. I used this for the last video, but I think it'll do again. I mean, we could put a gate on this as well. We could put a gate. Let's do some 16th saw gate. And that's similar to this little arp right here. That could be good for the rhythm. I wanted this to be more of like an atmospheric. Sounds cool, but we're not gonna do that. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll just stretch that to be really fast. I feel like it's like a Martin Garrix type of thing to do, where you do like quick vocal chops. So now we go. So this note is G, so we're gonna put G on the keyboard. We'll make this pretty wide too. You can hear a lot of the high, and it's like a breath almost. Take it out. As for these vocals, I just found them on Splice and chucked them in there, honestly. Pitched them to the key, of course, but it's pretty much it. Piano. Oh, I like this little lead bounce. So what I did for this was I just bounced out a part of the lead. I think it was... Bounced that out, put a ton of reverb on that. And I feel like at the intro, it's a little reminder to the listener, like, of what's coming almost. And there's a ton of atmospheric stuff in this track. So we got... And yeah, that's pretty much it for this. And since I didn't have a top line vocal, I wanted to do a little 4-bar break, and then go to a 4-bar build and just go straight to the drop. Bunch of atmospheric stuff here as well. I had that as like an atmospheric clap for the drop, so this is on every clap. And I also reverbed out that last shot of the vocal too, so it just sweeps us into the drop. And you guys will see here, there are a lot of layers on this lead. We got the first lead in here is the sample, and this is from last week's video. So what I did was I just bounced out the... Put the sample start to a head, so now we just get... That's a lot smoother. If we put that up an octave, it sounds like a flute almost. But yeah, it's a nice little layer to this one. Then I made this one for the project. This one as well. Just inside of Vital. These two are from Famous Volume 1, just like typical progressive house type of sounds. We got that Strat in there as well, Strat 2. I feel like the lead needs to be a little thinner and a little brighter. And we could turn this knob right here to make it wider if push comes to shove. A little bit won't hurt us. So I think I just made these for the project. They're just saws. We got a bass, a little sub, and then got more of a wider bass layer there too. But what I did for these was I put these into their own buses, but I put them into one bus. So we have Tapestop on D-Blue Tapestop on one of them, and I'm just automating the trigger of that, and that gives us that. I do love this. This is like that nice atmospheric background type of stuff. I'm adding a lot of things on the offbeats, so we got so it's just helping us with the rhythm a little bit. Little hat bongo loop. And we brought that vocal back in right here as well, just to explode that reverb once again. And guys, one final thing I want to touch on. I put a gate onto the leads, and I just put on a patcher. If you go to the patcher, go to the presets, Wise Labs, and then there's a ton of good ones in here, but go to the gate. And then you could right click, activate it, and then you have the option to automate that. This is basically doing volume automation for you. So I wanted this part to be a lot tighter. And right here, I didn't want the reverb to interfere with that vocal chop. If we turn it off, and I like this chord progression a lot. I was writing a lot of melodies over it. This could have been like a future house type of drop right there. Little guitar fill maybe. Alright guys, that wraps this one up. It has that progressive house type of vibe. I feel like it's more in like the Cash Calvin Harris, like old school Calvin Harris. So this was more of a almost like a walkthrough and like a finishing touch, like a little final touches I was doing in this one. So let's get to the full playthrough.